What is good? What is up, my Balisong brethren? How are we doing today? Hopefully you've been having a good week, chat. I come to you for one very simple reason on this fine Thursday night. Well, two simple reasons. One, I can't stream tomorrow, so can't do it tomorrow. But two, the Balisong nominations for the Bally Awards 2024 are ending in 24 hours, around 9 p.m. EST tomorrow. Please, please, please get your forms in. We are actually at less responses this year than we had last year, which is a little, not only disappointing, but a little scary, because last year it was a little different, a little difficult in some cases to get a full ticket, because it came down to people who really only had one vote. And it didn't really happen too much, but I really would not like that to happen this year. Last year we had 240 responses. This year we are sitting proud at 185, which is still really good. Don't get me wrong. It is still very, very good. But we want to get that just a little bit higher. What is up, everyone? I also want to urge all of you to please think, if you have not submitted your form yet, or maybe even if you have, think outside the box. I can assure you that if you are thinking of a specific Balisong, a lot of people, actually I shouldn't say that. If you are thinking of a mainstream Balisong to nominate for some of these categories, I guarantee you they've probably already won the spot. For example, like Carbon Honey in the oil, I don't think we need anyone else nominating Carbon Honey. I think it already has like 80% of the nominations anyway. So please tell your friends about the nominations. Well, tell your Balisong friends about the nominations preferably, but also think outside the box. I beg you. It'll make the nominations a little bit easier on my end, but it will also just make the awards more balanced overall. You know, we don't need 50,000 people writing down Super Lube. Not Super Lube, sorry. Carbon Honey for the oil. Or Flip Forge for plastic or stuff like that. But nonetheless, I'm really, really interested to see how these all end up shaping up. End up shaping out? Something like that. Oh, I didn't even think about that. We have 185 responses, but that's not in every category. Excuse me. Some of these categories only have like 100 responses. Okay, that's a little rough, but oh well, we'll make do. Oil should just be this year. Name me 4 oils that released this year, and I'll happily say we'll do it next year. I don't even think I can name 1 oil released this year. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think anyone else could either. Bally hobby kind of falling off. I don't know where you get that impression, but that's how you think, then by all means. Simple syrup. How many people do you think realistically have heard of that? Because I've never heard of that in my life. I think oil is... You already have such a limited amount of options for oil. That would be the worst one to tell people, hey, you can only do this for. It'd be the worst one. Because if we go back to the 2023 voting, wasn't there like a... Carbon Honey, Super Lube, KPL, Kanto. Yeah, the fact that Super Lube was even on there is crazy. Because it's not Balisong focused. we already can't fill a ticket with Balisong focused oils. I don't think we should be limiting ourselves. That's just my opinion, though. If that's something people want to see next year, we can run it that way. Yeah, I similarly have never heard of simple syrup. I apologize. Apparently, actually, here's a fascinating one. Apparently, did any of you know that Nabali's makes oil now? Someone randomly left a comment asking me to review the Nabali's oil, and I was like, what the hell are you talking about? So I tried to fact check them, only to find out that they were completely and totally right. Like, Nabali's just makes thick oil now, which... Okay. Thought Nabali's just sells super lube. They wouldn't be repackaging super lube and calling it thick. At least I hope not. Yeah, I can't see any info on what it actually is. Yeah, I'm also surprised they haven't mentioned it at all. That would be the sort of thing that I would kind of go hog wild with promoting, because like you mentioned, a lot of foreign people who don't live in the US don't want to pay the extraordinary shipping rates for like Carbon Honey, Super Lube, stuff like that. Well, Super Lube's probably the one that they can get. But Kanto, KPL, etc. So if this is actually a case where they're not just repackaging something and they're actually making something new, it could be like pretty huge for them. They could have that market pretty freaking cornered, dude. Have you seen the LDY Comp Special Edition Balisongs? I have. They are pretty cool. Off topic, but would you try the new Cygnus if I get my the opportunity to put my hands on one? I have to be totally real with you guys. My collection is at the point where I no longer feel the need to spend $400 on any Balisong, really. So I think I'm going to start moving away from... I mean, if a company wants to send me something, totally fine. But I don't think I'm going to be going out of my way to spend, you know, $400 or $500 on a Balisong. And the Cygnus, I think, is going to retail for like $360, something like that. It's just too much for me. It is just too much. Love for you to try out my custom Cygnus. Your custom Cygnus. Is it any different than a normal Cygnus? What's up, Pyro? What's up, Rob? What's up, everyone? Hi, Ted. There's something in my eye. Okay. Let me get an exclamation point awards in the chat. Please go submit your nominations, guys. For any of you that are new here to the stream, 24 hours. It is ending tomorrow around 9 o'clock. I will be closing. Make sure to think outside the box for your nominations, because I guarantee you, your first thought has been the first thought of 20 other people. Have you not seen it? I probably have. I'm just not remembering it off the top of my head. Tried a Cygnus at Blade Show and really liked it. I want one now. I tried a Cygnus at Blade Show and it killed my want for one because I wanted one before I tried it again at Blade Show. I'm going to go vote another 5 times. You can't do that, though. What's up, Yippee? What's up, Dane? How you guys all doing? You can't stop me? I literally can. I have. You sent me a video, did you? I can't connect to Instagram. Is the stream still live? Yeah. Is my Wi-Fi down or something? Oh, there we go. Squid Industries. Hi, Squid Industries, Lucas. Website maintenance is going... Black Friday sale tomorrow on Squid's website. Cool. Comment below with your best joke, and the 3 highest like comments will get a free blemish Squiddy. I'm going to press the unfunny button. Is the Balisong community capable of being funny without slurs? The most liked comment is Hawk Tua, so no, they are not. Oh, wait. What did the sushi... I'm going to stop reading. I'm going to stop reading those comments now. I'm going to be depressed. Is that even a Cygnus at that point? Bro really took everything special about the Cygnus and said, you know what? I don't want any of that. That's crazy. Ethan got Comcast? I got the opposite of Comcast. You should comment, what did the Balisong say to the other Balisong? Flip. I think I would rather die. Oh, it's aluminum. Okay. I did see that, actually, I think. You know how much this Nikiri sold for when it released? The Nikiri... Wasn't it like 480 something? I keep thinking 390, but that sounds like too good of a price. I think it was like 480. 480, maybe like 500, 550 after you got it modded. Is Machinewise not doing Balisongs for Black Friday this year? I wouldn't be surprised. Like, here's the problem with Balisongs, chat, is like the margins aren't very high. There isn't much margin to cut back on to have a sale with, you know? $490 plus 10 shipping, same price he's done on Tesseract and Sparrow. Okay, I wasn't too far off, $500. So if you want to get it modded, it would be like probably 600 based on what I've seen from his pricing. I would never pay that for a Nikiri, but that is up to you. That is AO up to you, brother or sister. Nikiri was worth 500 IMO. Tesseract and Sparrow, definitely not. I wouldn't I just wouldn't pay that much for any of Blake's designs, honestly. The Nikiri was cool, but it was not 500 cool. It's kind of the same thing I say with the Kuno. Like, the Kuno is sick. I like the Kuno, but I don't know if I would ever pay 500 for a Kuno. Granted, I don't know if I would ever pay over 200 for a Balisong again, because I have all of the Balisongs that I would really want to pay that much for. Orion Spacer's still worth it? For the live blade? Absolutely. Still haven't tried it in the trainer. My Orion Spacers are sitting back here somewhere for the trainer. The more I flipped the Kuno, the more I disliked it. I liked it a blade. I think you have to have a special affinity to what the Kuno offers, and not everyone does, which is fair. The Orion Spacers are like 40 bucks. Did I stutter? Totally forgot I meant to have that guy on the other side for the background. Ring of Shameful selling his whole collection? Real? Real shit? Based. Dude, Balisongs are so expensive, dude. They're rightfully expensive, don't get me wrong, but being in a different hobby that doesn't require you to pay $300 for something that's good has just kind of ruined me. Oh, shoot. Not based. Oh, not based at all. He's not selling them because he's getting out of Balisongs. He's selling them because he can't afford to live. That sucks. Looks like he's got a Sirius, Lucha, OG, Swordfish, Vulp. Why can't I remember the name? Ultralight, Rebola, Vault Pro, black on black Vault Pro, which looks amazing. And then these, if you take one of these for, I will buy them back one day, so keep them in good condition. That's really sad to see, actually. Well, if you got the money and you want to essentially borrow a Balisong, or if you want to rent a Balisong, go hit up Ring of Shameful. TI Koenig taken, which isn't a surprise. The TI Koenig, yeah. Yeah, we knew that was going to go pretty quick. Let's be real with that one. Pyro posted his. Man. Dude, I can't keep reading. I cannot keep reading this comment section. It is painful. It is painful. I'm gonna lose my fingers. I got 2 double-edged ballies. Brother. Good luck. Good luck. I could not. I would cut my finger off on a double edge in like 3 minutes. Tops. Man, it's crazy that people still don't I'm just kind of idly scrolling through some of the responses. It's crazy people still don't understand what a customs maker is. Do you think you'll ever slim down your collection? No. No, I don't think my collection ever gets slimmed down. I would love, like, there is nothing I would love more than to slim down my collection and build a new computer with the funds. Because I genuinely, like, dude, if I didn't have to pay rent, I'd have so much money. Which I feel like is just, you know, how it works. It's like saying if I hit the goal, if I score more goals, I win the game. I would in a perfect world, it would be so sick to slim down some of the Balisongs that I just don't flip anymore and get like a new computer setup or something. Build a new computer, upgrade like my desk peripherals and stuff like that, but I can't, because all of the stuff that I have paid for in my collection, I want to keep. And all of the stuff that I didn't pay for, I didn't pay for it, so I feel wrong selling it and profiting off of it. So unfortunately, no. I think if like there's 1 or 2 Balisongs that I would end up getting rid of. I don't know, like maybe if I didn't just get the Nemesis tuned, I would sell the Nemesis for real this time. And then I would also, I've been thinking about maybe letting go of the SlifT, which I know is crazy to say, but now that I have the Seraph, I just don't use it that often. But I don't think I would actually sell the SlifT, but I would only want to sell things that I myself have paid for, which, you know, is like the Damascus Kraken, the SlifT, the Prisma Pro, the Sasori. I could sell the Sasori, honestly. I could live without the Sasori. I have 2 Orion trainers that I paid for myself, the Prisma, the 2 Arctics, some of the plastic stuff. But like there's really nothing that would be worth it. If I didn't have to spend money, I'd have so much money. Oh, man. I think after 6 months or so, you should be fine to sell review units at a discount. It still just doesn't feel right to me. Even some of the Balisongs that I don't care about that much, like, trust me, I would kill to get rid of the Aragon. It's a pretty pricey Balisong that's just sitting in my collection that I never touch because I don't like it. What don't you flip anymore that you didn't pay for? I flip so rarely nowadays that my flipping time has been dialed back to anything that sits on my desk or anything that I have on that I'm making a video about that week. So like most of the stuff back there, I don't really flip anymore. But you asked me, what don't you flip anymore that you didn't pay for? Oh gosh, the Aragon, the default, the extrusion, the Hydra, the Frank, the... What is that? The Sirius V2, the Akuma Matata, and like most of the plastic stuff, the Chroma, the UFO, the Calicos, the Cycloids, all of my Squiddies, the OG Edit. A lot of the stuff really just kind of sits. It's sad, but highly doubt Nabali's or Thomas sends because they want you to keep everything long term. It's mostly so you give promotion a few videos and they ran their course. Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you. The bigger companies or the more faceless companies, I don't really have a problem with selling, but it just also still feels wrong to me. Like even if I did, because the one thing I would do is if I left the community, if I stopped making videos, if I, you know, I don't stop flipping. I never stop flipping, especially some of these guys over here, but I leave the YouTube side of it. Then I downgrade most of my collection. The stuff that I wouldn't sell would be like the stuff that personal friends have given to me or makers that I'm close with, like Zippy. I would keep one of his things. Tay. But like the rest of the stuff would probably get liquidated in that situation. Also comparisons. It's always useful to have something available to just pick up and flip so that I can compare it. You know, like the Squiddy AL, I want to compare it to the extrusion. So it's nice to be able to pick up an extrusion. Or the Aragon, I want to compare to the Astra. Or the BB Barfly Barracuda V2, I want to compare to the Prisma Pro. Like the comparisons are really good to still have as long as I am making videos. See ya, Oil. Have a good one. Think by keeping what you don't want anymore, it keeps you in a mentality that you can't get what you do want. That's the thing. I don't want anything. My collection is not stopping me from wanting to buy things. The price of things is stopping me from wanting to buy things. Especially when my latest obsession, you know, $30 for a toy that I absolutely love, like everything about. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely love my Balisongs too, but for $400. I think the most expensive Transformer out there, like official Transformers, the giant Unicron, which is like, it retailed for $600. Actually, no, it retailed for $550, I think. But now it goes in the aftermarket for like $1,500, so we would just ignore that. If I was untethered, what would I buy? That's a good question. Let's say I'm not financially tethered to having rent and buying Christmas presents for people. What would I buy? I would buy a Shino. I would maybe buy an aluminum Cygnus, but the Sirius V4 made me kind of not want to buy a Cygnus. Oh, I'd buy a Totori. Absolutely. Yeah. I think those are really the only two. I'm forgetting one at the very least, but yeah, I think it would just be the Totori and the, what was the first one that I said? It shows you how much I want it. Oh yeah, the Shino. The Shino. No, I actually would want to buy a Shino. Very little new Bally's that are coming out that make me want to try them, let alone even try to buy them. I'm on my nostalgia arc right now. I'm just kind of in my flip what I have arc. it's difficult for me. So the YouTuber mentality has definitely taken hold, because it's difficult for me to want to buy cheaper Balisongs, because usually companies will just send them. But also, like, the more expensive stuff, I'm just not terribly interested in. Like, I have a Seraph. Why would I be interested in getting a... I was going to say Superfly, but the Superfly is fire. I would buy a Superfly all day. I don't really want the classics so much as I just want something to come out that truly feels new. That's why I want a Totori. That's why I want a Shino. Like the Astra. Let's take a look at the Astra. I like the Astra. I actually really like the Astra. I would have never purchased an Astra in my life because it's just a titanium trainer. It doesn't really do anything special or new. The Shino actually feels new. The Totori definitely feels new because, you know, that spacer system that you can intermix with the channel design is super sick. What about the Orion? The Orion Live Blade with the zippy spacers, yes. The Orion Trainer... The Orion Trainer is kind of mid. I can't even lie. Now that I have flipped it, so in case you haven't seen, I went on Instagram Live and I installed the plastic zippy inserts in the blade. It just flips so much better with these plastic things. And I don't know why, because the plastic isn't adding much weight. It's also adding weight to the blade, which I thought the Orion Trainer needed less blade weight. But the Orion Trainer is genuinely, like, so much better to me with these inserts in them that the original Orion Trainer, I'm kind of just like, yeah, just get a live blade, dude. Or a cheese. They just flip a little better. Which is, it's crazy to say that because the Orion is just insane. Did you put the extension to the bottom of the trainer? No. So this is extension free. This is literally just the plastic spacers. Kind of wanted to pre-order a Baikal. Okay, the Baikal is fire. If you have an Astra, I don't really think you need the Baikal. The Baikal is genuinely good. I'm excited to see it come back. Because my biggest problem with the Baikal was that I couldn't recommend it to people because he just got rid of it. Yeah, the cheese is good. I'm even liking the Sirius now a little bit more, like I said in my last video. Like, the Sirius is growing on me a little bit. You think I should get an Orion or a cheese as a third Balisong? See, this is a crazy thing. I prefer the cheese, but when someone asks me, should I get the cheese or the Orion, my mind still immediately jumps to the Orion. I just got an Astra and the Vixen within a month. I don't know if I should spend more on the Baikal. Oh, if you have those two on the way, yeah, I'd cut back a little bit. Wish the Sirius V4 had more ass weight, so do I. So do I. Although I kind of also wish it had more blade weight. Which is, I know, the opposite of it, but I think the Tonto one would be better. Even though I prefer the look of the Kukri one back there. I mean, I'm looking at it in my camera. Kukri. Do you think it's pretty 50-50 between them? Between the cheese and the Orion? No, because I think the Orion is better in most ways. I just prefer to pick up the cheese. It's a really weird cognitive dissonance. When you had your time with the Hydro, did you enjoy its fanning performance? I can't think of a single thing I did enjoy the Hydro for. I know this is crazy because I think my initial video on the Hydro was like, yeah, it's all right. I do not like the Hydro. I did not flip a single one at Blade Show where I went, hey, that was a good flipper. It can't Chaplin. Like, good luck chaplaining it, but it doesn't make up for it in fanning performance because the blade is so short. So I don't even, yeah, I don't even think the Hydro fans that well. Oh my god, it's Banks. It's Bankington of Rome. Never tried the Baikal, but I ordered an all black one. I think the Baikal is good. I like the Baikal. The fact that the price went down is pretty freaking sweet. As long as he keeps them in stock, it would be an easy recommendation for me. In fact, it would probably be my favorite recommendation for one, what is it, 140 now? I'm trying to find the price. Oh, it's cheaper for pre-order. You're right. I completely missed that. Still, 140 for the Baikal. That's a great price. I can't deny that. Especially now that he has the other colors. I still think that the blue with the silver blade is the best colorway, but dude, the all black one looks cool. It's going back up after. I mean, realistically, if you're paying $20, what did the Baikal originally go for? 160? Maybe, was it 180? I don't remember, actually. I don't know if I want an all black or a purple. I'd go all black, but that's just because I have the blue one. Unless the purple has a black blade. It doesn't. It has a silver blade. Yeah, I would get the black one for the black blade. Oh, wait, does the green one have a black blade? Oh, it does. Oh, wait. Did he change the screws? He did. He changed the screw. So this is my Baikal. One of my complaints with the design was the black screws just completely ruined the vibe of it. If they were silver screws, it would look phenomenal. It looks like he changed it. It looks like it's now, wow, this thing is sick. I forgot how sick the Baikal was. He changed it, so if you get a blue one now, you'll get silver screws. Oh, I would actually get a green one. It's green with a black blade. That's fire. Yeah, the Baikal's not perfect. But Pyro, would it be crazy to say that the Baikal is exactly what I wish the Sirius V4 was? Like, this just kind of feels like what the Sirius V4 should feel like. I know it's still missing a little bit of ass weight. I don't know. I think it's kind of just a better Sirius. Yeah, no, I think that's sick. I wish I made more Balisong videos, but I have this really big problem that's affected the whole world. It's called high school. How do I fix that? So here's this little known cheat code about high school. If you like study up and you do really well, and you do so well, in fact, you'll never have to do it ever again. So like if you do it really well, it'll never happen again in your life, which is like super sick. I think that's a cheat code that not a lot of people know. Making Bally videos is kind of hard when I don't keep getting new Ballies. The only other thing that gets views is tutorials. I got to adapt. What I really hope is that this kind of new age that we're going into, where we're not seeing like too many new Balisongs, I hope, I truly do, that people start kind of adapting and getting a little more creative with videos. I meant a way to manage time. I mean, here's the thing, dude. The reality of it is, this is the most managed your time is ever going to be. You are in school for a specific amount of time, and you are assigned homework that must be done in a certain period. If we're assuming that you do homework that's due like overnight into the next day. Once you get to college, if you plan on going to college, there is nothing that is capping the amount of time that you will work on school. It always sounds crazy because I know you're in high school and I know you hate it right now, but like, this is the most scheduled your time will ever be in your life. I guess besides work, like when you work, your time is scheduled, but the problem with that is that you have to be a functioning adult and do dishes and pay bills and, you know, take care of yourself, which you don't really have to do when you're a kid. In high school, kind of. I might make a tutorial. I've noticed a severe lack of more advanced trick tutorials. Yeah, I think dude, Balisong community, get more creative. I would love that. I would love to see the Balisong community branch out into new, exciting things. And I know that's rich coming from me, who is doing nothing new and or exciting, but I'd branch out if I could, man. It is my solid belief, my genuine belief, that one of these years, I don't expect it to be this year, and I probably don't even expect it to be next year, I think we're going to see the rise of the next truly great Balisong creator. Like, I think we are going to see the rise of like the next Will Hirsch, and not like the person who's going to replace Will Hirsch, but like the person who puts a different energy to Balisong videos that gets people excited. Because, you know, Will is the person who inspired me, who inspired Ty, who inspired Will and Brandon, I should say, are like some of the people who inspired me, who inspired Ty, who inspired all of that stuff. I think we will see the rise of someone who will inspire the next generation, you know? Not to say that Brandon and Will can't do it. Maybe they'll just be the ones. But that is my genuine prediction. Balisong videos are 90% slop and 10% Will Hirsch. Exaggeration. I don't even know if that is an exaggeration. For every 9 head-mounted videos, 1 Will Hirsch video comes out. Actually, it's probably more like 95.5. I hate modern BallyTube. I don't hate it. And it is hugely hypocritical of me to criticize it. I'm not criticizing it. I just want to see it grow. Well, I am criticizing it. I'm not hating on it. I just want to see it grow. What company do you see making the list without a doubt? What list? What do you mean? I hate it. Pyro, be the change you want to see in the world. Oh, for the awards. What company do I see guaranteed making the list? Squid, Machinewise, Carbon Honey, Zippy. More of the guaranteed ones are the people who are like in the smaller categories. Like, I would be shocked if we don't see like Mantis Blade Works in customs. I would be shocked if we don't see like Flip Forge in plastic, or zippy in plastic or something like that. I have 0 time at all. If I could, I would. There simply isn't enough time in a day for me. I'm in the same boat with you, man. I don't have time in the day, and when I do have time in the day, I would really rather do anything else than put a bunch of time into a Balisong video that's just going to turn out like all the other ones. Should I get a Super Kudo while it's on sale and free shipping? Yeah, Superfly's awesome. I think, Pyro, what he's saying is break it up. Break up the trick into easier to explain chunks. Oh yeah, LDY, that's a good one. Machinewise, LDY, Flip Forge, Zippy, Nabali's, Squid. Yeah, I think that's fair. Like, those are just safe answers. Machinewise. So, Machinewise, funny enough, I think Machinewise is the most iffy one on that list. I think LDY, best budget Balisong, absolutely going to get a nomination for the Orion. Wait. The Orion 1.5 didn't come out this year. They might not get a nomination in that category. It depends who's nominating what. I'll have to do the math on that one. I feel like Machinewise fell off. I don't think Machinewise fell off, but I don't think Machinewise is dominant. Like, Squid. You take Squid. Everyone loves the Kraken. The Kraken makes its way into every fucking category for some reason. So, Squid is guaranteed going to have a nomination because people see Squid and their brains turn into mush. Or people see Kraken and their brains turn into mush. LDY is killing the beginner game. I think Flip Forge is putting out some of the best, like, in terms of price to performance, the best plastic stuff that we've seen. Nabali's is creating some of the best budget stuff as well. I think Machinewise is the most question mark one up there. Like, I'm not saying they're not going to get nominated. I think they probably will get nominated. But I also could possibly maybe see a world where they don't. I don't know. I voted for the Frank P in every category. I guess I forgot that Frank P is eligible for plastic as well. Feels so lackluster to me. It's such a nothing burger. So I say this, Pyro. If you feel like it's a nothing burger, then why do you feel the need to make it? If you feel the need to make it, then it can't be as nothing as you're saying that it is. What's your opinion of Squid also moving into the folder category? Is this like a hypothetical, or is there news that I missed? I think, honestly, I think any company that has the capability of moving into folders, you'd be stupid not to. If you look at Machinewise and how much that they have just dominated in terms of, like, pivoting, I think most Balisong companies would be stupid not to, assuming that they have the capacity to do it. The ceiling is higher. The profit margin is higher. The ability to sell is higher. The consumer base is higher. Like, everything is bigger. I think most tutorials are not that great. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you have the opportunity to make them better. Maybe. Maybe. What is folder category? Folder knives. Folding knives. You know, like the Sonora. More manufacturing content would be interesting. I love Contraption Collection. Contraption Collection is low-key one of my favorite Balisong creators. Because it's just new. It's just new. Yeah, I wish he uploaded though. Has it been over a year since he's uploaded? Oh. What the hell? His last upload was, yeah, over a year ago. Damn, that sucks. The newest Machinewise folder design, the Mojave, is kind of growing on me. Dude, am I just, like, missing everything? I know they showed off the, like, preliminary... Oh, shit. Squid has been quietly working on a button lock folder. Channel 7075, S45VN. I mean, it looks really basic, but it is just a prototype. Yeah, I think companies that are capable of making a folding knife like that would be stupid not to. Machinewise has shown that it just is so much more. There's so much more sales potential than the Balisong hobby, just factually. When has Squid not been basic though? When they pioneered aluminum Balisongs in their entirety. When they came out creating a plastic Balisong that was actually functional and durable enough to flip over concrete. Everyone gives Squid shit for being basic, myself included. Their flipping profile is basic, but they have pushed this hobby more forward than any other company that I can think of. Besides maybe like Benchmade originally. Oh yeah, the Mojave. Did we get a reveal of the Mojave? Is this going to be a cheaper folder? I would really... Oh, they did post. Oh, this thing. Okay, no, I did see this way back. Yeah, I'd really like to see a little bit more of a cheaper knife come out of Machinewise. That would be cool. Heard the TI Kraken trainer isn't the best flipper. I'm sure you could customize it to make it a good flipper. But based on what everyone likes to say about the titanium Kraken, I wouldn't say that is probably too far off the money. People are just not huge fans of it. I mean, it has its fans, but a majority of people I wouldn't say are fans of it. Squid has done more of the same the past few years. Titanium Kraken, Swordfish, Giant Squiddy. The Protec collab, as stupid as that is. The double-bladed Zenith blade Kraken. I could not disagree more. Bally's got to release that TI Bally, man. They got to... If you think their lineup is bloated now, they got to discontinue some stuff. I think it's time for us to scrutinize Nibali's the same way that we did Squid when we were talking about how the Triton had no place in their lineup. I think the Morse has no place in Nibali's lineup. I think the Hydra has no place in Nibali's lineup. The Trident, no place. The Lightning, I mean, yeah, no, the Lightning, because you can just get something that is objectively cheaper. The Lightning is old. It needs to be discontinued. You think the Marbles? I think the Marbles is too unique. The cheese and the Teflon Vulp do feel very samey to me. If we're talking about removing bloat, they're basically like they're kind of the same thing. Let's take a look at Nibali's lineup, but especially with their new Create with Nibali stuff coming out soon, I do not see a world where they can keep everything in stock all the time and have all this stuff. Also, how is their flagship, the Canyon? I don't think they... So yeah, I think we can say goodbye to the Hydra, to the Lightning, to the Trident, to the Morse, to the Hydra again. Oh shit. We got prices. 75, 75, 139. Do we have specs here? The 3 award-winning products? What awards did they win? Oh, here we go. 60-61. So this is just going to directly compete with like the Vulp. I hate to say this, but in what world does the Vulp survive when the Reverie exists? Yeah, the bird of prey I think is 70-75. It wouldn't make sense for it to be more expensive. Those are good prices for the new trainers though. 75 for the Overlord, or 76 technically for the Overlord, 76 for the Reverie. I was expecting this one to be like 90. Then the bird of prey is 140. So this is going to compete with the Vulp Pro. Yeah, I agree. They have to retire the older stuff. It's tough to say that because like the Vulp is technically older stuff now, and you can't really retire a Balisong that's a collaboration with a big content creator like Will. Are there not specs here? Am I just missing it? Whatever. Can't imagine the older Ballies are getting a ton of sales. It depends what older Bally you're talking about. I think Vulp could go away too. I don't. It's the collaboration part that you can't really do that with the Vulp. Will and Brandon have a huge deal with Nibali's, I have to imagine. because of, you know, how successful the Vault ultimately was and how good the Vault Pro still is. I don't think they would just discontinue it on them. Although, what do I know? People who are just getting into the hobby, they can still easily think that the Vault is the best beginner Bally. Yeah, because they're watching older videos. Every squid product is just a variation of the last product. Swordfish, Nautilus, Titanium Kraken, Hydro, Giant Squiddy. Yeah, Nabali's. My 4 would be Lightning, Morse, Hydra, Trident. Just get rid of them. I don't think we need them. I don't think we need them. I feel like they occupy the same thing that the Triton did in Squid's lineup, where it's just beaten by everything else in its price range, especially the Lightning. The Lightning just gets obliterated by the extrusion. And I don't even like the extrusion like a whole bunch. The Tie Kraken is just a Kraken made of titanium with a completely different weight system. And the Squiddy XL is just a big Squiddy. That's still... A big Squiddy is still innovative, especially in the ways that they made it. The fact that they made so many of them. What was I just looking for? Yes, does the Squiddy WH still exist? It does, but it's sold out. So what is happening in the future for Balisongs? What do we have to look forward to? We've got the Create with the Bally stuff. We've got the LDY competition. We've got the Bally Awards. Which, by the way, exclamation point awards. Go hit your nominations, please, please, please. Thank you. Nominate some other stuff. We have... Cygnus V2 hasn't been revealed yet. I mean, technically it has, the aluminum Cygnus. Besides the Superfly, what would you recommend for a first TI Bally? Besides the first TI Bally you would recommend, what's a different one? I don't know, dude. You take the Superfly out of the equation, everything else is just so much more expensive. Pretty sure in Instagram a comment that said the aluminum Cygnus wasn't the V2. Oh. Well, in that case, no. That has not been revealed. But I didn't even know that existed. New Superfly handles. Yeah. I saw Cream Soda praised the shit out of those today, which was pretty cool to see. Okay. Vixen V2 sounds great. Vixen V2 is interesting. I always thought it would be really handle biased, but I've heard maybe isn't. From what I understand, the aluminum Cygnus is generally considered to have the better balance, so unless they completely overhaul the TI version, I highly doubt it'll get a ton of praise. You say that like the original TI Cygnus wasn't like one of the most praised Bally's at the time, though. Like, do you remember when the Cygnus first came out and people were uploading videos titled like, "This is the perfect Balisong" and stuff like that? Like, the Cygnus got a lot of praise when it first came out. It is pretty crazy to see how much the community has kind of become lukewarm to it. Everyone's kind of meh about the Cygnus now. But people were really, really excited about that thing when it first came out, including me. I thought it was really good the first time I tried it. What's your opinion on Pez Flips? People made me aware of Pez Flips last stream. I have not seen anything else about him since then, I'll be honest with you. He makes videos about topics that are fairly interesting. I enjoy that he's more, and I'm saying this all without seeing any of his content, but just looking at his profile. He makes videos that's far less focused on just the Balisong itself, which is cool. I voted him Creator of the Year. Well, you didn't vote him, you nominated him. I really hope Creator of the Year is good this year. I want to see some different people besides me and Will. I'm probably not even going to let myself be nominated this year. I thought it was a mistake to do it last year after I already did it. Like, I regretted doing it, so I don't think I'm going to do it this year, but I'm going to take a quick little peek at Creator of the Year and see what people are talking about. This one is gonna be interesting. That one's gonna be very interesting to pore over the results of. Yeah, a lot of these Bally Awards, I'm really not looking forward to nominations being done, because then it means I have to get to work on getting all the freaking, oh gosh, getting everything back, getting all the numbers together, which was probably the most miserable part of doing the awards from last year, was getting all the numbers together. But there's so many categories. I couldn't even guess what the nominations are going to be, so I'm going to be really interested to see what's going on. Most innovative, best upgrade, Balisong of the year, lovely legacy. I think there's a lot of stuff that could be really, really interesting to see what the community's thinking about this year. I also think that there is a good chance, there is a very, very good chance that we see Machinewise dethroned as the only winner of Bally of the Year this year. As much as I think the Totori is a phenomenal Balisong, I don't know if the community agrees to the point where they would all vote for it. Or if it even gets nominated. If the Sasori gets nominated over the Totori, I think Machinewise is screwed. Lovely Legacy has to be a BRS product. I mean, my hope, my secret hope is at the 42. I really, really, really hope it's like the 42, or it's like one of those, like, just holy shit, that's an OG Balisong kind of Balisongs. Just to say that it's in there. Because the freaking... the fact that the Lovely Legacy category, the first inductee to Lovely Legacy was the Kraken, kind of pisses me off. The Kraken definitely deserves a Lovely Legacy award, don't get me wrong. Just not the first one. Watch it be the Kraken again this year. I specifically put... Let me quote myself directly. Note, since the Squid Kraken won last year, it is no longer eligible for this category. Let's see how many people put the Kraken. 1. That's crazy, dude. I think last time I checked this, 3 people. Should have skipped this category this year. Shout out that guy. Kraken. There's 3. Kraken, 4. Kraken, 5. Fuck you, it's the Kraken, 6. Kraken, 7. Holy shit, dude. How did 7 people look at the fact that the Kraken can't win and they still put Kraken in their answer? Oh, man. I would love Archangel. Archangel would be great. Archangel, 42. Just like one of those old OG Balisongs that like shaped the community. I want to see that this year. And shout out all the people who said fuck you, the Kraken. I'm just not counting anyone who put the Kraken. You just wasted your nomination. I'm not even going to count that. The Necron, that's crazy. What's up, Min? Yeah, it'd be great for something really old to win. Kraken isn't even a legacy. So I've had a lot of people say that. I disagree in the sense that we're not talking about the current Kraken. We're talking about the first Kraken. You know, the Balisong that introduced aluminum to live blades. I know the Squid Trainer introduced aluminum to the Balisong community in general, but like the Squid Trainer... Sorry, the Kraken introduced a live blade aluminum Balisong, which I think definitely is legacy worthy. So like I agree with the Kraken being in there eventually. I just don't agree with it being the first thing in there. What's up, Buffness? Oh, I'm also really interested to see who people put for Rising Star. It's also going to be the most annoying one to judge, because if someone has uploaded in the last year, if someone uploaded more than a year ago, I think I'm just not going to let them be a part of that. Someone said Squid Industries for Rising Star. Yeah, I don't... Yeah, LDY. Oh boy, I don't think people understood the concept of Rising Star. Jack Piatti Pyro. Oh man. Oh, this is going to be a fun year to go through all the data with. All Chinese and Korean flippers are the Rising Stars. I mean, here's what I will say. Who won Rising Star last year? Wasn't it Banks, I think, won Rising Star? And dude, the community was right on the money with that one. We voted for Rising Star. Banks wins Rising Star, and then Banks goes on to win Ballycomp. Like, what a story. You're gonna have to sift through a lot of garbage. Yeah, no, I'll have to sift through a fucking dumpster. Put Ghost as a Rising Star, as he came within the last year and kind of dominated. I think Ghost is like a... As much as I hate to say this, Ghost is a perfect example, and the reason I hate to say that is because I think him leaving is going to kill all of his momentum. I think if he didn't just announce like a month ago that he was quitting essentially for a year or two, I think he had a really, really good shot of taking Rising Star. I couldn't think of a better example of a Rising Star than someone who started uploading this year and amassed, you know, like you said, 2K subs in that time. Wait, did he actually start uploading this year? I'm gonna actually... Wait, what? Ghost Flipping's been uploading. Made a video on the Kraken, on the Frank P. Top 3 Balisong companies. He got an Astra. And he did a live stream that got 31,000 views. What in the fuck? How in the hell? Ooh. Ghost didn't leave yet. He came back for a couple months because his church mission isn't for a while. So then why did he... Whatever, it doesn't matter. Hey, if he's back, I think he is a... Yeah, I think he's like the quintessential person to receive... Yeah, why have his lives been popping off so much? Is it because he's streaming vertically? That could be it. He did a stream 12 days ago that got 6,000 views. And he did a stream 3 days ago that got 31. Anyway, I think he's perfect candidate for Rising Star, assuming he actually did start uploading after the last Bally Awards. He did. He started uploading 8 months ago. March 8th, 2024. Vertical streams show up in the short feed. Yes, it does. So that probably is what it was. Because if you went and you look in the chat of that stream, it's not popping off like you would expect. I mean, if he has 31,000 views, I would expect he got average... Like his viewership at any one time for an hour-long stream was probably like 500. But those people weren't talking, so that indicates a short. There are people on the shorts feed. Because I think YouTube sucks in the sense that I can scroll into a live and then scroll away, and that will count as a view. But yeah, anyway. Bloated stats from short suck. Smaller YouTubers don't think so. Every single day you see people who are like, oh, I got like a crazy amount of views on this one short. And it's like, dude, the views on shorts, you just gotta let people be happy. It's like... views on shorts don't do shit. What if Reels, Shorts, and Spotlight just disappeared? God, I would love that. That would... My attention span could go back to normal. Oh, man. I could stop watching Instagram Reels. I could stop watching... I don't really watch YouTube Shorts, but... I think the world would be so much better off for it. If Reels and Shorts disappeared, I'm pretty sure IQ averages would increase. Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. It wouldn't be much, but it would increase. I mean, think of all the kids who are wasting away watching Reels instead of attending school or doing homework. Like, I didn't have an Instagram when I was in school, so I didn't really watch Reels until, like, COVID times. And, dude, I swear COVID ruined my ability to be a student tenfold. It was really bad. Hasn't the newer generations been undoing like 70 years of IQ growth? I don't think so. I don't think it's that drastic. I think humans as a species are... I'm just not gonna finish that thought because I thought about it for a few seconds. There's a study on it, I think. I would love to see that study. I don't know. The people that created Insta Reels are not in our generation. I don't know. What? I get that. But Reels is ruining our generation. The reason that companies are pushing short form content so much is because it works. It keeps you on the app. Anytime a social media company is pushing something a lot, it generally means it's probably a bad thing for you because it's keeping you on the app longer. We might see a dip in technology because we're going to teach our kids not the be on short form content. I don't know what that means. Oh, are you saying we teach our kids to not be on short form content, which means technology is going to dip? I don't think so. Technology is not built on the back of short form content. I was actually really... I should probably fact check this before I say it. Okay, so I can say this. I was really interested to see what would have happened if the US would have actually banned TikTok, but it seems like Trump is saying that he wants to, like, reverse that when he takes office, and he wants to, like, save TikTok, so I guess we won't be seeing the effects of that, but I was really, like, morbidly curious to see what things would have been like in a world where American children can't access TikTok. Which, it's really interesting that this is not a political statement. We're not getting into politics here. This is just what's being reported. It's really interesting that Trump is the one that wants to save TikTok when I think he was the one that wanted to delete it in the first place. Not the one, but he was someone who was in favor of doing that. So, I don't know, man. I do not know, man. American children without TikTok would be amazing. I mean, I think it would just increase market. It would just increase market share for Meta. People just move to Instagram. It's illegal in Montana. What's illegal in Montana? TikTok? Is it? But yeah, I don't think we'll see. Based on what Trump has said publicly, I don't think we'll see the ban on TikTok go forward, which is, it's kind of sad as someone who doesn't use TikTok, so wouldn't have been affected by it in any way. It's a little sad, but oh well. Oh well, it's TikTok has done two things have done the absolute most damage to digital media, and it's TikTok and Fortnite. Fortnite has turned gaming into a crossover riddled hellscape. I did always think it was taken down last year. I did always think that ban was a little scummy, because like they had it in the contract that like TikTok either was going to be banned or it had to be sold to an American company, which is just insane to say. It's like, hey, you made this app that's extremely influential worldwide. It's extremely profitable. It's extremely successful. Now give it to us. That's bold. Fortnite has Juice World now? Yeah, and Ice Spice, right? Fortnite's a whole nother mess. Anyway, moving on from real world stuff. Favorite Baliano? It's a good question. What's my favorite Baliano that I've ever seen? I don't know if I could like immediately pinpoint my favorite one ever, but one that really quickly comes to mind was the SlifT that they did when they first released the SlifT V2, where it was gray on the outside, cyan on the inside. I think my new favorite would be my SlifT, but instead of blue to purple, it would be green to blue. What's up, Evans? Have you thought about quitting the Bally hobby? If so, why and when? Yeah, every day. If you've been watching any of my streams in the past 6 months, I think it is no secret that I have thought about quitting this hobby at multiple points. Being a YouTuber is quickly wearing me down, and the community regularly doing what the community does also wears you down really quick. In better news, I would never stop flipping. I think it's impossible for me at this point, with how much that flipping has been a part of my life, just like sitting at the desk and flipping idly. I don't think I will ever not own a Balisong. So I would never quit the hobby. I would quit YouTube in the Bally hobby. I would quit being a YouTuber within the Bally hobby. And hopefully go back to just being someone who's like I really do miss the days where I was just like some small guy who had like his group of fans, but wasn't widely known throughout the Balisong community. I do miss that. Having everything that you do like broadcast to a bunch of people. I shouldn't say that because that's not what's happening. But it just forces me to be far more. Oh, sorry, I'm getting distracted. This is a super sick anno. I love this anno. If we're talking about favorite annos, but just being in the public spotlight like I just haven't enjoyed it as much. Especially, like I said, being in the Transformers hobby where I've gone back to being a nobody has been kind of nice. People don't ask me for my opinion on every new thing, and people don't send me DMs about this, that, and the third. And it's like, I enjoy talking to people, I really do. But it is kind of nice to not get 50,000 messages about, what do you think about this new thing that released? Also, while we're talking about anodizations that I love, this Seraph, dude. Holy hell. That is pretty. What's your opinion on this, that, and the other? And why is the thing you like not something that I like and therefore makes you bad? Skill issue. Skill issue. Fuck, I keep dropping my Balisong on my headphone cables. We shot the Teflon Vault video today, and I pitched the idea of doing essentially Vault chucks to Nabalis, and they loved it. That would be crazy. Nabalis comes out with the Vault chucks. Medusa's channel? I don't think it matters. Yeah, because the chucks are running on tang pins. Oh, anything with Zen pins doesn't work. I see. I see. Should be an April Fool's sale. I think the potential is there for that to be an actual product. I don't know, with the kind of media tour that Brandon has taken the Funchucks on, I think like a mass-produced Funchuck style Balisong would be fairly successful, at least in the first few months it was available. I don't know about the long-lasting impact of that, but maybe people would realize that it's actually just really easy to flip them like anywhere because there's not a blade. I would carry around a... Would I? I think I would. I think I would carry around like a Funchuck style Balisong. Only issue with the Funchucks is that it takes away the specialty of the original Funchucks. Does it matter, though? It's not like Bally without a blade has never existed before. There was literally a guy that made, I think he called it the Blob. See, Glacier. What tricks even work with Funchucks? Basically anything like super handle biased. So you're looking for like your rollovers, because you can't fan. You can't do anything that requires a blade at all. You should ask Hybel at least. Hybel did not create the idea of a Balisong without a blade. That is not Hybel's creation. They have existed before. Hybel just took the idea and made, I believe, one of the best produced versions of them. Yeah, but anything that is super handle biased, you're looking at like kind of chaplains, but not really. Rollovers. You can kind of fan, like if by fanning you mean just swinging the handles out. But it's a lot of rollover stuff. So it's a lot of passing it between your fingers. It's a lot of, sending it over your index finger or your thumb or something like that. But they are surprisingly flippable. I just think to clear up any controversy, dude, there's going to be controversy in this community no matter what you do. I don't think it matters. Oh yeah, ladders. Ladders are good. Where'd you get that hat? Simple stock, but you can't get it anymore. It was a limited time thing. It would not be called anything with Chucks in the name, and yeah, this is just a joke product they made. Yeah, I don't think you need to ask Hybel's permission. It's good if you do, if you feel the need to, but I feel like there's a good naming opportunity for that. I love it. I'm sure if he ever opens up customs, you could ask him to make you one, because he probably still has the file for it, but I came up with an idea. I have a really sick idea for a hoodie. I want to ask him if it's possible to what's the word? Embroider it. I would love if he could, I want to ask him if it's possible to embroider it, or if the design is too complex, which it might be. But I have a sick idea for a hoodie that I would love to get made. It's not Balisong related, so it's just like a personal thing. Fuck. Right on my headphone cable every time. Every single time. Oh yeah, I did the No Man's Sky expedition that ends in like 5 days or whatever. If you like Mass Effect and you play No Man's Sky, now is the time to get on No Man's Sky and finish up the latest expedition. Because you can get a frigate that is a crossover with the Normandy from Mass Effect. I think it's Mass Effect. Finished that up 2 nights ago, so that's cool. Hopefully I'll be playing No Man's Sky on stream over the next month, because they usually like re-release a lot of the expeditions at the end of the year. So I'll be playing through a few of them that I want the rewards for. God damn it, I always... Ah. Okay, I'm going to stop flipping now. I am going to stop flipping now. I really want to make a Bally where its blade is replaced with a handle. How would that work? I mean, at that point, you're just flipping a trainer, but like... Yeah, wait, that's actually fascinating. How would that work? It would just be a giant trainer. The blade handle would be thinner. Would it happen to be so thin as to be able to fit inside the other handles? And then what if you put cool cutouts and you made it a different shape? And you made it look cool. That would be so cool, I think. No. No. Brandon, did you say earlier you finished doing the Teflon Vulp video? I don't know why I just get flashbanged by comments that I read but never responded to. Oh, I did read that message out loud because that was when you said the Vulp chucks. I wish the Vixen wasn't pinsless. Is the Vixen pinsless? I guess I never fully clocked that. Stop flipping, Ethan. What is wrong with you? See, this is what I mean that I'll never quit the hobby fully. It's an addiction. V2 is pinsless. Interesting. I didn't, like I said, I never fully clocked that. Hopefully it lasts longer because it has a nipple. It should. The problem... JK kind of ruined the reputation of pinsless because he did pinsless in a really shitty way. If pinsless was a person, pinsless could sue JK for defamation because, like, he just completely ruined the reputation of pinsless stuff in such a way that people don't trust it anymore, even though that if you do it in the correct way, it's actually very easy to trust. Yeah, Will's Monarch. Granted, it is also, I hate to say this, but it is also partially Will's fault since he was the one who wanted it on bearings in the first place. But still. Then the huge nipple of the orca. Yeah, and the Orca doesn't have handle gap issues. My Canyon's gap did close a bit, but it's cheap, so whatever. I'm pretty sure any pin system is going to close over time. Nobody complains about Fior's pinsless, which is the same as the Monarch. Are the materials the same? And people don't flip. You know what I bet it is, actually? People don't flip the Fior stuff enough to actually have those issues because they're like expensive. They're expensive, really pretty pieces. People don't want to flip that, so it probably just kind of sits on a shelf or like in someone's collection to look pretty. Plus the handles aren't touching. Yeah, as long as your handles aren't touching, you're fine. You know what I'm going to do, chat? I mean, I shouldn't even tell you this because you can't do it, but I'm going to check the weather. My swordfish has handle slap. That sucks. That is very interesting. I'm going to look up a different radar site. What about... Wow, that's crazy. Dude, on radar, like the entirety of New York is covered by precipitation, but I don't think it's raining out. Speaking of weather, that bomb cyclone that formed over by like Washington, California has been crazy to watch over the past few days. To see what is like almost essentially a hurricane spawn that far north is really cool. Got a pallet and it broke on the first day. The pallet definitely has its durability issues. I'm living in that. I hope you're staying safe. Hi, Zenith. I know you guys are getting pummeled by the atmospheric river, as they call it. Very interesting stuff to watch. I have power. Hey, that's good. Some people won't have any for like 5 to 7 days. Yeah, you guys got like hurricane force winds, didn't you? Oh, your pallet was faulty. I see. I mean, to be clear, the pallet will still break on you if you beat on it. Like my pallet broke is... Why would you say a hurricane is a good thing? No, it's good that he has power. Heard a max of 80. Holy shnikes, mate. You said it was cool. There's a difference between something being cool and being good. There's a huge difference between something being interesting because it's rare or because it's unseen and it being good. It's not good that there's a hurricane up that far, but it's pretty cool, pretty interesting. Nukes are rare. Yeah, nukes are also interesting. The fact that you can split atoms to create that much energy is kind of fascinating. Nukes are objectively a bad thing. As someone who lives in Florida, hurricanes aren't cool. Fair enough. Fair enough. I am absolutely fascinated by hurricanes. Especially ones that don't hurt anyone. Those are the coolest ones. Like, there was a Category 5 that spawned southwest of California, like down in Mexico, kind of around there. It was off in the ocean, so it never made landfall, but it hit Category 5. It was pretty interesting. I want to remember what the name of it was, but I don't think it'll show up. It was tropical. It was Cat 5 hurricane. Cat 5 hurricane this year. No, not Atlantic hurricanes, though. Christy. Hurricane Christy. Yes, you're fascinated until one is going right over your head. This is going to sound crazy. I would still be fascinated by that. Granted, it would be because I would be visiting. If I had a house going through a hurricane, it would be scary, but it would still be fascinating. I don't get what the hang up is here. Something can be scary, but also fascinating. Didn't know hurricanes were chill like that. Yeah, Christy crossed over Mexico. Oh, it was Nadine? Wait, what? I didn't know this. Wait, is this real? Hold on. Hurricane Christy. Oh, I was on the weather. I mean, the Weather Channel's a good source, I guess. So it was, according to this picture, it was Nadine. Tropical storm Nadine, then became a hurricane, then passed over Mexico, then died, then came back and became a Cat 5 on the other side of Mexico. Fascinating. Anyway. I'm just glad Sarah didn't develop. People were talking about the latest hurricane was, or it wasn't even a hurricane. The latest tropical storm was Sarah. People were talking about how that was going to hook up and hit Florida, which thankfully didn't happen. Just like World War II, scary but fascinating. Yeah. I mean, Ty was in was right by the heart of Milton, and I was playing Risk of Rain with him because he just didn't give a fuck. Did you like the Twister sequel? No. So, okay, so I've been fascinated by weather for as long as since like 2012. Whenever that tsunami hit Japan was like when I really became fascinated by weather and natural disasters and stuff like that, and learning how they work and all of that. But I've never like understood or known about like the storm chasing scene. Like, I never considered that just regular people would go out and chase tornadoes and shit. And they would be like, there's some of them do it professionally, but they're still just like normal people. So when I saw Twisters, I thought, oh man, they really make storm chasers look like a bunch of fucking assholes. Cause like, I was like, wow, storm chasing, these guys look stupid as shit. Like, this looks like a really dumb thing to do. But since watching Twisters, I have learned a little bit more about the storm chasing scene and what they actually do. And I think that movie gave them a really bad rap. It was an okay movie otherwise, but I was just hung up on the fact that they made storm chasers look like a bunch of like egomaniac idiots who were running into tornadoes to shoot fireworks. When actual storm chasing isn't doing that, it's looking at the data, figuring out where a storm is going to be, observing the storm, and then reporting to the National Weather Service so that they can put warnings out to save people's lives. Or they can get data, like, what's his name? Reed, he has the Dominator 3, which is essentially like the real life version of the dude's truck from Twisters. And he goes into hurricanes. He tries to go into tornadoes to get data on them, because I didn't know this until very recently. We know like almost nothing about what is going on in a tornado between like, I think it's 10 and 15 meters. No, sorry, 0 and 15 meters. So for Americans, like 0 and 50 feet. We know like very little about what happens in a tornado near the ground. So these storm chasers are trying to go in and learn about that so we can understand tornadoes a little bit more and we can save lives. Like, that's cool. That's way cooler than some hillbilly driving into the middle of a tornado and shooting a firework into it for a YouTube video, which is literally what happens in Twisters. People that flew through the hurricanes over Florida never got a break. They just kept flying. Those guys are so brave. I think I'd be so scared in the moment, but that would be such a cool thing to do. The video that they got where they crossed into Milton, Hurricane Hunters Milton's Eye, I think. Yes, this video where they flew into the eye of Milton is just awe-inspiring. It's so cool. I also watched a video of a guy who traveled to one of the Caribbean islands that got hit by a Category 5 hurricane just to sit through the hurricane, which was crazy. But he had a part of the video where he was in the eye of it, and oh my gosh, it was awe-inspiring. He was doing that as a means to monetize his research. It should be real. I think like, yes, he was, but at the same time they just, because I walked out of the theater thinking storm chasers were a bunch of assholes who just had no regard for themselves or anyone else, who drove off into fields with no regard for property or damage or any of that, just so they could make a YouTube video about shooting fireworks into a tornado while a small town was being destroyed by that same tornado. Like, I came out of that movie strongly disliking that character. I don't remember his name, but his character, I was like, I did not like his character. I thought it was really weird how they portrayed him. And it kind of put me against storm chasing in general until I learned more about the real life version of storm chasing. So I'm not saying it's like, it's a movie, whatever, but I think they could have done a little bit better with, it's kind of like how Balisongs are represented in movies, you know, like we get the rap of being like edgy teenagers who don't know how to handle a knife. I kind of see it as the same thing. Not the same thing, but a similar thing. Yeah, or criminals who rob places. Yeah. Stuff like that. The portrayal of them would inherently bias people who don't know what's actually going on against them. Like I was biased against storm chasers for a few like a month or two till I learned more about them. Anyway, this is a whole off-topic thing, but yeah, weather is fascinating. I will recommend if there's any weather heads out there, I would say he's one of the premier storm YouTubers, made a 24/7 live stream where he puts up like his own custom overlay and you can kind of see what's going on across the US. It's called Ryan Hall Y'all. And this live stream is on the Ryan Hall Y'all Extra channel, XTRA. But it's really fascinating. It shows you like up-to-date live storm warnings and watches and the radar and stuff like that. So I've loved watching it at work. Having it on a monitor at work has been pretty cool. I think that's it, though. Have we gotten any more? We've gotten a few more responses. But be sure to share around the nominations, guys. We need more nominations. We need more nominations so that this year can go smoother than last year did in terms of actually nominating things for categories, because it was a little difficult too in some of the categories this year. I'll give the nominations list another share tomorrow. It ends tomorrow night, so I'll be posting it again one more time tonight after I end stream. And then it ends tomorrow night because we got to get a move on this stuff. So got to get some more answers in. Brandon, you don't have to, but I'm going to share, just to give you the info of what I'm planning. I'm going to share the link one more time with the express intent of telling people to think outside the box. Because like, for example, for oil, Carbon Honey, I can guarantee you Carbon Honey is already getting nominated. We don't need more people telling, oh, Carbon Honey. So I'm probably going to share it with the message of like, hey, if you have a first thought Balisong, 20 other people have probably already nominated it. Think outside the box, or at the very least do multiple. Like nominate your first thought, but then also nominate like a smaller guy that you thought of or something like that. Like, oh, Bally of the Year. I think I should nominate the Barracuda V2. I'm going to do that, but a ton of other people probably have. So maybe throw the Baikal in there too, or like the Astra or something like that. But we need more nominations so that I'm able to actually nominate 4 things per category. I'll share it now. Appreciate you, Benjamin. Appreciate you. I also need to start thinking of my list for who I will be inviting to present an award. Personally would consider the Barracuda V2 to be a hell of an underdog. I'm not saying like that's who you should vote for. I was just giving an example. But yeah, the Barracuda V2 would be, that would be a pretty big underdog. Can I say 2 for a couple categories? Yep. You're allowed to say multiple things. Just be aware. Like, I don't think people realize this because I haven't really put it anywhere. I think, like, if you put any name in your answer, it will count. I had some people who put, like, for the Lovely Legacy, I said, hey, you can't pick the Kraken. And some people said, I think this Balisong should win, but I initially thought that the Kraken should win. The fact that they put Kraken in there, it's now going to show up. So, putting a name, even if your like intention is not to nominate that name, putting a name in your response will count towards that name. Just by the nature of the way that I do the counting. Because I'm literally just, what I do, it's so time consuming and there's probably a better way to do this, but what I do is I will go through the list and I will write down everything that like I'll see, okay, as soon as I see one nomination for something, write it down. And then I go through that list and I keyword search for all of those keywords and I just count up how many of them show up. I should probably, you know what I should do at work tomorrow? I should code a bot. I should write a script that would count it up all for me and just return the counts. That would be cool. Anyway, I'll think about this later, chat. It is 11 o'clock. I got to get going so that I can go to work tomorrow. Thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. Good conversations, as usual. Will tried it for the first time today and loved it. That is awesome. I am going to go edit together the video for Blade Bias tomorrow. So tomorrow, Shino video. Pretty cool. But yeah, that'll be it. Hopefully I don't upload the video that I took unboxing something that I bought off eBay on accident. That would be really funny. So if you see a video tomorrow of me wordlessly opening up a package, then you know that I uploaded the wrong thing. I'm so excited about what's in that package though, but I can't have it till Christmas because it's like a Christmas thing. But yeah, thanks all for watching. Go nominate. Go tell people to nominate, please. I need it. And I will see you all in the next one. Later, Gators.